阿英啊，你看好未啊？
我看应该拢差不多啊。我要出发啦。
听人讲盐埕埔吼，这阵嘛足发展的吼，你这抓去好好拍拼。
你放心啦，我一定会好好拍拼，赚一栋楼厝回来给伊的。阿爸，我先行啦。
阿英，稍等。
阿爸，你是？
你要去迄两个所在，咱家也无钱通好互你，吼，只有咱受的声明，互你摕带身躯边，保庇你顺时。
阿爸，你放心，有神明甲我保庇，我一定会平安顺利的。
有北门郡啊，哦，像较早迄鹿港啊，哦，也是新港啊，要来高雄要探啥？
阿英啊，一路顺遂啊！
足济人来这探啥就对啦，毋是只能在地人探啥，在地人都袂好业，拢出外人咧好业。出外人伊就敢做啊，啊，就涂骹七只困啊，啊，等下明仔载火车若要入来，还是船过入来，咱来遐做工课，来遐大三顿来顾某囝，原因就是遐来。大部分人要做工，做工的人来，大家拢买楼厝的。你做事的人，担当咧各样咧下。
It is said that the flourishing development of Yencheng attracted migrant workers in their droves from all over Taiwan. When the workers came from other areas to work, they all brought their local gods with them. So, it was religion that was an important factor in the migrant workers' lives. Most residents built up neighborhoods centered on a temple. For example, the temple to the King of the Three Mountains in Yencheng is quite unique in that it was built by migrant salt workers from Guangdong who came to Yencheng in the early days. Also, all the migrant workers who came to Yencheng to set up businesses also prayed here. So the temple to the King of the Three Mountains was also known as the Yencheng Temple. Followers believe that prayers made here are answered.
盐埕人大概当时顶辈人啊，200万年前的代志啊。啊，大家嘛拢嘛足艰苦的啊，食饭倒粪皮啊，较有人讲拜王爷公啊，就创一间寮仔好大，啊寮仔大，大到大家拢趁有食啦。王爷公有发挥啊，我起一间庙，庙是设个间啊，第三，较来翻一间大庙府，哦，原因就是离遮来。
There are lots of temples on Fuyei Road, most of them built by migrant workers. For example, the Xiahai City Temple, named after a temple in Taipei, the Shaduo Temple, and the Xingfeng Palace, named after temples in Tainan, and the Wenwu Sheng Temple, named after a temple in Pengwu. The Wenwu Sheng Temple is now the most impressive temple in Yencheng, with a vigorous stream of devotees. Its temple gates are different from other temple gates, as every nail that protrudes from the gate represents the temple's disciples. Isn't that interesting? As you walk through the chessboard-like streets, you're bound to notice that there is an especially large number of old buildings and that the architectural style are very varied. There are simple red brick buildings, Japanese street houses, fanciful Baroque-style walls, and classical-style arched corner windows. This mixture of old and new-style architecture gives one the feeling of having traveled back in time, and it is a particular feature of Yencheng. The Ride an Iron Horse Around Yencheng tour is now the most popular cultural and historical tour in Kaohsiung. If you listen carefully to what the guide has to say, it will certainly enhance your appreciation of the beauty of Yencheng. Here, we are at the Chaihu Historical Residence, which could be said to be the only old house in the whole of Yencheng to have completely retained the traditional Taiwanese style. The owner, Chaihu, was born in Penghu and came to Taiwan when the North-South Railway was being built. He became the foreman of the Haiye builders, accumulating his fortune, and then, during the Japanese occupation, built this mansion. The arrangement of the architecture inside the house leaves one in awe of the intricacy of traditional craftsmanship. Everyone's been to Xinjuizhang. But have you been to Juizhang in Yenching? Close to Kaohsiung Harbor, Juizhang Market is a shopping street that specializes in high-quality foreign goods. In the olden days, When goods couldn't be transported that easily, this was a very famous international shopping district. Even today, Zhuijiang is home to many imported tobacco and alcohol stores, as well as old stores selling foreign foodstuffs. I promise you, a walk around Zhuijiang will reap some interesting rewards.
你看，有够赞的赞，这丹麦的薰草，甲我这个薰豆，好有口香味。哎呦，你看我今仔衫，意大利进口的呢，哦，你看有起来无啦？哦，我是等半当后才等到。
哎呦，都买你们的东西，我都没有。
有啦，有一箱破的要传给你的啦，来。我给你准备好啦。
哎呦，这鞋子这么大双，我怎么穿呢？
不会啦，这个是迄个美国 size 吼，较大箱一束啦吼。哎呦，等到你穿到20岁吼，就拄好啊啦。对啦，袂伤大啦。
Today, Zhuijiang is still home to an abundance of imported merchandise. It's where those people who recognize good taste and quality come to look for bargains. If you're into the history of Yancheng and Kaohsiung, then you shouldn't miss the Kaohsiung Museum of History. This was the old Kaohsiung city government building built by the Japanese using the Western and Imperial Crown styles of architecture. It has both a historical significance and artistic value, as well as being the first museum in Taiwan to feature a display dedicated to the history of the city. Walking along the banks of the Love River in Yancheng, you'll come across the Kaohsiung Museum of History, the Cinematic Library, and the Concert Hall. A large number of performances go on here, making it a great place for enjoying romance and relaxation.